It is just 2 years since union members in BT accepted a deal with the company that included some painful changes to contributions, benefits and the age of retirement, all in the name of securing their pensions. Yet in one stroke, the coalition government has placed all of the good work of the past under threat by announcing that it is to change the way in which public sector pensions are calculated.
The current arrangement for calculating pensions is related to the retail price index. What's going to change is that we're now going to use the consumer price index, the CPI. The main difference is that the CPI does not make allowance for mortgage interest payments, council tax and some other housing costs. And obviously a main part of people's expenditure each month relates to housing costs.
This move has not just stunned the CWU, but also the TUC and the wider trade union movement. It's not just the pension schemes of workers at BT that the change will affect. The new indexing system will impact all public sector workers. So what negative effects will this change have on pension incomes in real terms? Using official figures for CPI and RPI over the last 20 years, the TUC has calculated that pensioners will be significantly worse off. For example, an 80-year-old pensioner on the average public sector pension of £5,500 would be £655 or 12% a year worse off if CPI uprating had been enforced since their retirement.
Very good for BT from an accounting point of view, bad for pensioners and bad for people in sections A, B who are still working for the company and paying into the scheme.
And it's not just current workers which the index change will affect. Ernie Coggins and Ernie Purkis are former BT workers and retired CWU members. How will the change affect them?
Though they say that they've given us something by having the link with earnings, they've actually took that out with one stroke of a pen by reducing it from the PIR to the CPI.
People working today, they're being given a double whammy. One is they're going to have to work longer before they get the state pension. As soon as they get that state pension, it's going to be reduced from what it was in previous years by this change in the calculation.
We will be in talks with BT over the changes they've announced and seeking to offset the announcement that they've made. This is in the light of announcements made by the government and which are going to lead to changes in many private sector pension schemes. As we're speaking today, for example, we believe that other public sector companies like British Airways may also be affected by the change.
It is clear that the change from indexing pensions by the Consumer Prices Index to the Retail Prices Index will inevitably put a great number of pensioners now and in the future at risk of late-life poverty, leading to an increased strain on the benefits system and the taxpayer, all of which are unacceptable to the CWU. The fight for our pensions against the coalition government changes really is one that we're all in together.